So I think today's my topic is systematic review of literature with AI, and of course I'm quite for the past 2 weeks. It's quite stressful to how to start and how to end this topic because it's a time which we have been through a lot of disruption in the academics with the generative AI and how we are going to cope up. And today is very, very important as Prime Minister is in Europe. So Europe is advanced in terms of developing the AI policies, which they're in place already, and some of the universities are also following certain guidelines. And this time, I was part of IAMC or REC section vice chairman. So we have put in a declaration for the AI use in developing an 800 word to 1,000 words long abstract for submission. So, and all the journals are also now recognized, and they're saying that in what way you have been using AI, and they're not looking at you as a person who is doing a malpractice, but trying to understand how and what way you are using the AI for. Is it for enhancing? Is it a grammar check, or is it for getting some idea about to develop your related scholars? So like I said in the beginning, this is a disruptive. It's a massive disruptive situation for the writing assignments. One of the biggest writing and scholarly assignment is none other than PhDs. So written PhDs. I don't know what's going to happen in future. Which is we are doubtful. We are excited as well to understand this new terrain. So I found over the weeks, since I know this, I have to give a lecture about this. So I have been exploring variety of AI tools. One of my colleague has found a variety of tools. I've been doing it, looking at, and there are something like he has found in another. I'm part of the statistical group where I think one of the gentlemen, Dawal Mehdaji, he found almost a 64 types of AI tools for the literature reviews. So they're all overwhelmingly interesting. I will share this document with you, which will be useful to explore this. Uh, but I think before I go to as yesterday, after going through all of this and over a period of few weeks, then I realized that uh, I will give you an overview of what is happening with this AI tools for the review of literature, and maybe in the last 20 minutes, after 1 hour, we will discuss about the how I contradict and see the future about it. And in the meanwhile, to start with, I've decided yesterday night that I should start with what is this review of literature first. Maybe I'll spend 20 minutes on it, even though bear with me if you know about it. But the whole AI is based on nothing new, but traditionally what we're doing, very systematically trying to source the articles from different relevant libraries, research organizations, or journals. So that is what the AI is doing, more efficiently, and I will end with how ChatGPT can do this. So that's how the layout of the lecture. So let's look at, you see, what is this review of literature? Why do we have to? Maybe I'll share as a total screen. Yeah. So is this visible to you? I think so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, I'll just skim through this quick idea about review of literature. So the basic idea is to not to reinvent the wheel, and say, for example, a 250 pages. or maybe a 1 lakh word thesis, uh, maybe around 25 to 30,000 words are dedicated for the review of literature. If you look at a 1 lakh word thesis, so 30,000 is around the review of literature, which may be given as a separate chapter or maybe spread around introduction to the conclusion or findings. So the review of literature is mostly, well, actually, I was as a PhD coordinator, I do an exercise with my students, PhD students in coursework, that I give them a colorful charts. I ask them to draw the review of literature concept mapping. You understand? The concept mapping is used in many, many ways in many disciplines. So, concept mapping, what it does is that you can see what are the main paper that you're looking at. How did you start your research? What comes to your mind when you actually propose the topic? Then from there, what are the linked papers? So you will be drawing zeros, and maybe you will connecting a beautiful map. So that gives you a clarity on uh, how you are going to lay out your review of literature, maybe thematically, maybe variable point of view. So the one understanding of finding the review of literature is not to reinvent the wheel. First, to understand the nuances of the discipline that we're doing, and any review of literature that we do, it'll have. I mean, from a communication and journalism point of view, if I look at this, can be done along with the media and other social sciences. Say, for example, if you're looking at the YouTube content and the rural um, uh, content creator, maybe domesticities and other things. If you look at, there's a paper has there's a paper by recently one of the colleagues shared, is that the privacy concerns of rural married women on Instagram. So if you look at the paper like this, you have to study the rural psychology, the gender studies, and also the new media platforms like Instagram. So every topic is consisting of not just only requirement of studying communication and journalism, but also the other social science disciplines. So it is important to understand some known terrains and unknown terrains. If you say something like a media psychology, if you look at, you have to, even if you don't have an experience in psychology, you have to study and connect them to and contextualize in your own discipline. So that's one thing. And also you need to, there are review of literature never be there on the topic that you're proposing, mostly because you are connecting two different variables in a different time and context. So that's why you will be developing it. So you have to break it down into smaller concepts, and you will be studying the review of literature. Then what is the process in writing the review of literature? You will plan, like I said, that where the AI can help you, it can help you in planning, it can help you sourcing a corrected papers, it can help you give you a brief of it, it will help you to give you the the important scholars in each area that you're selecting. Okay, so research is a writing and a rewriting practice. Writing, rewriting, and rewriting and rewriting. It's how it is. There's a first draft, second draft, third draft, and keep on developing this and making a logical connection to it. Okay. So, of course, there are many at the student level. You make uh, a brief overview of each literature after literature is not the correct one. You need to connect it systematically and contextualize, and also you need to also give a critical overview of it. By sometimes you may oppose the ideas, you may also accept the ideas, so you will be looking at that way. And also sometimes you may use exact quotes, if that quote really furthering your thought in the research that you will give. And also you will sometimes summarize, give an overview of it, and still you give the citation. And the mainly it is you who needs to be there, And when you actually do each reference that you're writing, and each summary you're writing, each understanding of critically understanding some text is in the paper or a chapter or a book or a video lecture or a conversation that you are making. So that you are trying to do a conversation, and you want to quote it actually. So these all things you can organize chronologically, thematically, and methodologically. But the most popular one for our qualitative studies, in a way, it's a thematic way. You will be giving subheadings of each themes and trying to connect each of them. So one is, sometimes it's a myth that you don't agree, or maybe something contradictory statements are there, that you may not put it, or maybe you always feel that anything that contribute to your study, you will only use that. But on the other hand, if you look at, uh, it's very important that you should take anything that is actually falls into your domain, and which may be having a disagreement in terms of the maybe a different cultural context, or maybe these some scholars, they may actually disagree, or there are scholars who are 3 4 scholars saying the same thing. So you need to use them in your review of literature. I mean to say that when you use something like agreement, you will use a similarly, likewise, or again, or disagreement, however, nevertheless. So these kind of things you use. The point is that first, you need to, as a scholar, if you are given a computer or a pen and paper to write a review of literature on a certain topic, there should be something that should come from your experience of reading and understanding of the world. So then you will be able to make a better review, in my opinion. So first you need to do that. And um, you should use the AI tools, which I will teach one by one, which I will also touch upon. Not, I'm not able to touch all the 64 tools, but some of them I will do that and tell you. You'll get an idea. They are repetitive in nature. So sometimes you see, there is a, once you write, see, it's all about layers after layers. Initially, you like a paper, you write about it, and you read the paper, you make some sense of it, and you're writing about it. Because you read the paper, it means there is a connectivity to your research. You feel that there is a connectivity because it talks about the same topic, it talks about this similar concept that you are dealing with. Then second point is that once you make them, um, maybe 2 3 pages, once you have written about some 15 to 20 articles, then you put them in thematically and you try to connect them. I mean to say, you have to connect them. And what is more important, in many of the review of literatures I have seen, I get a lot of theses. Maybe in my room you see around 30 40 theses so far. See, they are, sometimes I feel they lack clarity. There are, they have written about some, say, a review of literature, around some 70 articles they have quoted, but there is no connectivity. There is a jump in the argument. The flow of thought is not making sense. And sometimes they are given, the statements are not properly in text cited, actually. The statements are very general, or sometimes they are incomplete arguments. So the arguments which doesn't contribute to your study, but still they are putting it the paper. So these are some issues which I found in that. So one needs to check the clarity, flow of thought, and completeness in putting. Thesis means it's an argument. Review of literature, you also do to tell the reader, you know, the issues which are surrounding your topic, and you are contextualized, and also you are telling there is a gap in the research which you are going to address, and innovatively something new that you're going to get. So, some of the important things before we move to the review of literature with AI is you need not to put the entire 20-page articles ideas into one page. We may take a small word, we may take a line which is exact quote. So it is important to keep it concise. Okay, to keep it concise is a very important. You see, plagiarism, people do that. They change the language and keep sometimes. I mean, among the students I'm talking about. I'm sure at the PhD level they don't do it. It is important to see that it should be as concise as possible, logical, and of course, as important as sometimes you quote Marshall McLuhan, which is 1960s, it is also important to quote Lev Manovich on the AI and aesthetics. So, or any other scholar who are currently working. So, or Digital Labor for the matter by Christian Fu. So, you need to see when thesis comes to me or a paper, even I also face the thing is that what are the reasons, even when we look at the PhD proposals, whether the candidate might be quoting classical work but not quoting the latest works. So I was reviewing a paper for the Taylor and Francis. We said that the, you must quote beyond 2023 also, 23, 24, में क्या papers आया? So you are publishing, you're sending the paper today, or maybe publishing your thesis today. So you must know how latest the papers that which are relevant. That is one important thing. And of course, sometimes you need to give a thorough reading, which has to be done by you. AI is, I don't believe much on AI. You have to do, and you have to think sometimes what happens. This I'm not talking about the generative AI. Generative AI is different. So that I'll come, that is my the last point. I want you to uh, look at, see, sometimes in the review of literature, we tell the students not to quote immediately the newspaper articles, magazines, and blogs, or the continuous, rapidly changing data that is on the online, but to quote journals, papers, reports from the repeated databases like KPMG or maybe UN and all these things. So if the research is very new, I mean to say that, then something like a deep seek or something new is happening, then maybe you can talk about the detailed articles that have come up. You can talk about the newspapers and magazines and blogs. They are opinionated things. So it's unless until it's a very new study, it's better focus on the other sources. But still, sometimes these newspaper articles which are very much the research oriented features, which gives you a certain data and comparative analysis, that's also important to quote. Sometimes they do the interviews. Those interviews are also important to quote from there. So let me so often I found that there's just a list of scholarly work is given. There's no connectivity. That is actually not acceptable. This is one. This is a in general. I'm just there can be many. So how do we write review of literature? When we write review of literature, we agree, we may agree, we may not agree. So we use the reporting works. The whole thesis writing is all about the report writing. You see, the report writing. We are writing a report, PhD report writing. In that, we write. Sometimes you see, the it is important to the scholar suggests, or maybe on the other hand, the study claims. So sometimes it is described. So using a correct verb is a very important thing in the writing of the review of literature. Now let's move to some of the scholarly work that can be done through AI. What is it? Systematic review of literature with AI. What you can do with the review of literature? With the AI tools, you can very well, very quickly identify the mapping of your there is something called seed article. Seed article means you need to have a paper with which you can actually find the related papers. That's one way of doing it. And you have a concept in mind. You wanted to know that what are the connected papers, concepts, theories, and scholars. You can find out with maybe in 10 minutes, you can find out. Sometimes you need to see that what is the area that is a there's a gap in that. Okay, then you can also find out and write papers, highly cited papers, and particular regions, say particular universities, say particular for example, you need only papers on India only, on Indian media only, then you can get it. So you can actually filter out, of course, what are the sources that you use for searching the right papers. What are the sources? You will use Google Scholar, you will use ResearchGate, maybe academia.edu. So Google Scholar is most across the world is very popularly used. So Google Scholar is one. But other than that, how these three sources are different from AI is that to an extent, the ResearchGate at academic.edu, the moment you search a paper, they will keep on suggesting you the variety of papers that are related to your previous search. They keep sending you some 20 papers to you. All the 20 authors, they might have bought a subscription for academia.edu or ResearchGate. So they push those papers kind of thing. So that kind of AI they use. So the same logic is also used here. And you can see the content by citation wise. And one of the important thing is that in the olden days, to have a citation, this is modern language association, MLA edition, many people use it. So in this MLA edition and even others university specific thing, so to do that they used to go to big professors and they do corrections in the citations, and that used to be a very big thing. Now there are citation machines have come, so citation engines have come. So they are all there is a BibTech or many things are there. I mean to say there is a EndNote, Jotiro, and Mendeley. So I use something called Jotiro, which is all of them operates in the same pattern, similar way. You have to, first you need to download the software, and later you need to keep the plugin in your Google tab, Chrome, or any browser that you use, and an installation of the tab in your Word document. So the other thing is that this reference management is very much easier, and you can also do the connected papers, and you can share the you can collaborate with other scholars, and you can share the references with them, and sometimes you can summarize, you can write the review of literature, and by uploading a set of papers, 10 papers you upload and keep charting with the PDFs, and you get the review of literature from there the way you want it. Again, the prompt is given by you, accordingly it will be done. So let's see now. See one of the simplest one. Let's go first the simplest one. Sorry. You're able to see this open knowledge maps. So this does not. Uh,
Yes, sir.
yeah, some of the tools which uses you need to log in to keep your sources saved in the in the web store. Otherwise, in the website cloud storage, sometimes you don't need to do it. Say for example, this one is the most easiest to get an understanding actually. Say, for example, say me, if you say you want to search, there's a PubMed, there's life sciences, but all disciplines. I'm choosing this. Maybe you can refine that. I mean to say, but let's see, media and stereotypes. Okay, if I type this, what it does, again, everything searches in the both the open source publications which are open to read and download, and also the paid publications, which again it will take you to the paywall. So you can see the visualization how each that's a keyword, but you can even give a longer keywords. I mean to say, you can write also a sentence, accordingly it finds the things they're saying. They are serving high demand. So you get to see the um, the whole experience of. I hope this will come. Okay, maybe before it comes, let me check the other one. I will show you two to three, which will give you similar experience. Sorry, it's not sure. Okay, uh, just give me a second. Sorry. Okay, let's see this site. Illicit. This is more popular. This open knowledge map is also there, but map I would like to show you one, because that's how the beginning should be done. Citation Gecko. This is sorry. Sometimes our university does not allow these to operate. Okay, illicit is one which is quite advanced. Of course, the mapping thing I will show you a little later. But this one, you see, uh, if you of course you can log in. I have already logged in. On the right side, you see. So in this, all of them have. You can actually show uh, there are two things that you can do. One is you can upload a batch of, I mean, say 10 papers or so in the illicit or any other platform, and you can talk to these things actually. Say, for example, or maybe you can you even find, I mean to say that you give a command, you say that new papers, you can type the topics actually, say digital media content creators, creators, you see, content creators, creation, digital media content creation. If you just type this, you will find a paper and a summary, and so these are the highly cited papers. It will give in general the most cited, but you can change with the filter. Say here, um, there are papers, there are abstract summary. If you want to see the methodology, you can add a column. I mean to say that you want to see the conclusions, or maybe you want to see the findings, you want to see the methodology. Say if I click this filter on the right side, if I click methodology, so it will give you a methodology. Say, for example, impact of artificial intelligence on digital media creation. In this, a mixed method approach is using in-depth discussions, industry professionals, and also survey digital platform users and comprehensive review of literature. Okay, these three methods are used. So you can see the second paper, a case study approach, 171 children across 6 schools and 3 years. I mean to say that you get a glance very quickly about the methods used. You want to see the main findings, or you can do a customized thing. What are the main arguments? That is not there in the columns. You can also do that. What are the main theories used in in these papers? So it will search and give you a list of it. So let's see what are the main findings. Say add one more column. So you can customize them, and the main findings you will get it. So even sometimes a paper when you get you, I mean, even sometimes you go to you read the abstract, you go to the methodology, you go to the findings. So that way also, if you are interested, then then you go by line. So traditionally, how we do the searching of the review of literature. First thing, I find a very good paper, maybe latest paper or something. Then when I read the paper, I will see all the references. And basing on the references, I will go and search for the further research. For example, Springer Nature, Springer Nature Online, any of the reference, any of the papers you see, say here, Springer Nature, if I'm searching, media and maps. Media. I say a chapter on beyond corporate social platforms. Say how these people are giving. Say when you go to the end, see these are the references which are specifically. Sometimes the papers when you search, they will give you only abstract, but all the references they will keep accessible to everybody. Did you understand this? They will keep only abstract. The paper may be costing you $100, but the references they will keep it. So traditionally, manually, how will you go? You go through the references. I like this paper, and I'll see that what are the references that this scholar has quoted. Basing on that, I will go to that scholar. Then again, I will go to further scholars. I will go there. But here, it is not like that. You will find a paper, then basing on that, you can make that paper. Say let's see children and digital content creation. I like this. I like this second paper. Then even I can filter certain things. I want only Q1 papers, general quality wise, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and maybe I'll see that only top rated papers, highly cited papers, and highly, because see now the vulnerability of academicians is that it is not just only publishing. Of course, today is a very interesting day. All the care journals are squashed. So now I mean, that is again it's put on for a feedback. that that thing has come that all the care journals are gone. Now universities will decide what kind of journals that you wanted to have. So in this, you see, why I'm telling this. See, it's the it is not just only the papers where you're publishing. The next level of academic journey is whether your paper is cited or not, at least 10 times cited or not, then only it will have value. So what is the cite score of you or your department or your university? That matters when it comes to the ranking. So here, if you quote, I mean, this is, I may be wrong also, some of you can correct me. If you quote the Q1 journals, then the circulation may be better. We don't know. Again, there is a fudging of citations also is there. That is a different thing altogether. So you can search as a PDF or not PDF. So Q1 journals and all these things you can search, you can apply. You can also filter, you can also export entire thing as a referencing. You have Google, I have this Jotiro, and all these papers that you're selecting, that will be exported to your Jotiro database. So you can digital content creation, maybe you can
Can,
create. Yes, sir.
can you spell out that Jotero, sir, in the chat so we know exactly what word it is?
Yes, here is Jotiro. Jotiro is a this is a referencing management. You see, Jedvo, Tivo, or let's see if I can get. You can have many of them. This is one I found it very useful. Say Jotiro. Here is Jotiro. This is a Mendeley and Jotiro. Jotiro is very popular. I must say that. What it does, it will actually see when you submit a paper to say Taylor and Francis, your paper will go to the machine. I mean to say that it will search whether citations are correct or not, properly is done or not. So it is better to do like that. I mean to say that all the citations are there in this. So I will show you one. See, this is my Jotiro library. Say I have written about a paper on drones and AI. So all these citations are there, which I imported. The moment you go to say Jester, I can save the citation directly there. If I search a YouTube video here, I can the moment I search a YouTube video, I can click on the right side. There is a thing that I can add to cite. See Jotiro connector. I can add this to Jotiro, and the citation will automatically come. For example, if I search Google Scholar, of course I'm going very fast here. Sorry, because I have to show you 2 3 AI tools. If I search, say for example, media and environment, okay. If you search this, I like this paper. See, the moment I can say Jotiro, whatever papers are listed here, the moment I select those papers, the references will go online to and sits in my. If I make one other, say Christ College, I made one folder here. All the references will be here. So when I'm writing a paper, it will actually cite as per the citation requirement of the journal. Yeah, Springer Nature follows the author date referencing. So if I select that, the moment I click in the first paragraph, I need to add a reference made by Hussein. So when I click Hussein, the Hussein will be inserted as per the journal requirement. That is one way of doing it. So let's go something else in this elicit. Elicit is one. See, you can also upload a paper. I've uploaded a. Sorry, why is it happening? I will show you this again.
Hi, Praveen Kumar calling up.
See, I uploaded a paper. You can also do that. Extract data. You might have heard about the chart PDF. You upload a paper. I've uploaded a paper here. Okay. So this Christian Fuchs digital labor paper is a book I've uploaded. Once you upload, You can get the data from there. You can chart with that. Say, set. So let's sorry, delete this. Extract data from PDF. Upload a paper. So I'm uploading a paper. Okay. Now I will upload. Upload a paper on this Christian Fuchs. I'll upload. Okay. Once I upload, what is important is that what are the main concepts in your research that need to be talked about it, because each paper, even I'm talking about environment journalism, it's not uploading in a way, it's big. Maybe I'll upload a smaller one. So you need to understand the language of the discipline that you're talking about it. If you're talking about digital labor, there's something called audience labor. Anybody who watches, we are all part of the audience labor. So what are the concepts that are talked about it? That's very important. So now in this, I can ask about anything in this. So maybe I will talk about the this is a paper. Chart with the paper. Maybe I say that provide key concepts in the digital BOR domain. Okay, it is saying I cannot stuff concepts here. Some things are you need to pay, but most of them are not currently. Because I'm just looking at the time. So found one concept, found second concept. So all this, some of the concepts which are used in this, it will come. You can even further check what are the theories used, what are the models used, what are the key scholars quoted. So all these things you can extract and do that, but I don't know how it's going to help. But mostly this I did something differently in yeah, of course, in some others using a Google, using a chat GPT, that's a different one. So there are dedicated 60 to 70 tools are there which you can use for extracting it, or simply you see this is a massive scale. I mean to say that why I am telling AI, when you can use it, you're using 100 research papers you have downloaded, you see, for a paper. Then you put 100 papers into this platform and you start charting. You start charting about the concepts that are there and how each concept is dealt by these 100 scholars. It will give you the data. It will give you how 100 scholars have been interpreted this, and then maybe you can write your own way of doing it. So this one, sorry, I was showing this before. So this one, you see, when I searched media, you see all this mapping has done. Say there are something like from Indonesia, digital technologies and journalism. I find, you see, how many papers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, around 8 papers I can get. I can export this again to I can download it and keep it in the Jotiro, and even if I can also do something only open access I want, I can do that. Sometimes only the year wise I can search, author wise I can search, and maybe I wanted to see something which is like transactional media corporation, something like this. Maybe I can go to this paper and open access. You click that this is an open access. When I click, it will actually, if it is open access, it will give, otherwise it will ask you money. and this PDF will be available to you. And how to cite this and all, you will get this. And you can add this again to your Jotiro also. There are 2 GB spaces there. You can add more than 500,000 papers to this, and you can do that. So I hope Citation Geeks also. This is Citation Geekco is slightly better than the previous one which I've showed. Let me show. Let's go to some more of these. Is this is also another source that is insightful. Say paper title or anything you give, or maybe you can give a you give 2 papers, okay? Then it will give you the connectivity, how they are connected. Say paper title, you see, let's see media and elections, okay? Say in India. So let's see in India. Okay, search. Role of media and in elections in India, and then of course most of them looks like an Indian scholars. So all of them are given. You see, you need to select cited by C. Let's see the highly cited paper. So this is cited 38 times. That means it has some. This is a global media and communication. You know this journal? Where is it from? So this gives you the how different scholars are connected in this thing. The more you add, I mean to say, more it will connect. And these are the scholars. The particular paper is quoted. And if you want to make you like certain other paper, you say, for example, I like this paper, so you can make this. What is this paper has quoted? That you can also see, and you can add to this literature. And this is cited by 61 papers. The paper that scholar is quoted, which is the main paper, is 38 people quoted. The I think this scholar has quoted highly cited papers. That's also very important thing to note here. So you look at this is what is how it is different from illicit is it will give you the papers basing on the say, and maybe you can check the citations and the year wise you can do the thing, and most important papers and reviewed papers. There are two different things. So uh, uh, I mean, these papers may be useful for you. That's what it is giving. But here it is the most important papers that are there that you can study. Okay. See, it's giving as old as 1972 Macomb and Shaw. Whenever there's elections and media, that's a classic paper that we refer. Maybe you can refer a word or something, but the other things are there which you can do that. What I like in this thing is that um, uh, if you come down, see in this subject, who are the scholars who are very popular in this subject that you must quote or you must read. So this is what I found it very interesting, is that these are the people, say Macomb Shah, of course, Donald and Shah. These are the people which are there. Or maybe if I check something else, you see, you can know the important scholars that you need to read in that area. Maybe you need to increase the prompt जिस तरह आप देंगे, the ideas will generate in that only. Say for example again, digital labor. Digital labor में one of the important scholar is Christian Folk. Let's see Christian Folk आता है नहीं आता है. You go some things like Christian Folk. Okay, let's see any paper we select. This on digital labor, when you write this, see the papers are highly cited. There are more number of citations than the earlier media and elections may come. Of course they're good, but digital labor has number of scholars are more. So it's digital. I don't know. His name is not there. Manuel Castle. Manuel Castle is there. So Piero Bordeaux is there. So you can get these names. This is how it works. I'm trying to see. Hopefully, if it works, Citation Geeks is a. It's also very good, but maybe if you search with your um, thing, it might work. So Citation Geek is not working for me here, but you can just search on your own. There is something. Of course, Research Rabbit is also a very important thing, but let's see the Lit Map. Lit Map is also quite popular one. But all of them, you don't need all of these actually. You need only one of them. I mean to say. And some of them, until paper pal is there, perplexity is there, so all of them do offer this is one of the service they offer, but s- as like for example this 64, the main features of these is to for the academic writing. That's a most important thing. Say media and marketing. Say for example, marketing is a highly researched area, maybe. Or say digital marketing. Priya Pandey. Let's see Indian author. It will also give the mapping. I mean to say that it gives you how the papers are connected, and you can see chronologically also the papers which are cited are connected, and the high impact papers and all this. If you sign up, you will get more features too. So it's still working. It's still working. In the meanwhile, of course, some of you might be knowing chart PDF is a quite a something like this is how it looks like, you see. So this is Pandey's paper 2024, impact of digital marketing on consumer purchasing behavior. All the papers will come here which are listed, so which are quoted and connected, and all these papers are there. You want to make this paper as one of the seed paper that you can make, and you can look at the how what is the paper and all the details. If it is a free source, you can get most of it. And see, what it shows, what I want to tell you is that keeping the paper in the open access journal is a very important thing for the citations. If you don't keep it in the open access, then it will be difficult. That's where the competition comes from the open access journals and the paid or maybe paywall journals actually. And of course, you have variety of sources that you can actually um, see the common other similar text, all these things you can check. And you see Jotiro link is given on the left. If you see on the left side, you see sync Jotiro. If I authenticate, whatever I'm searching, whatever I select, those will go to the Jotiro. So that's what I'm telling. The Jotiro is you can even something like you can upload and keep talking to that chart PDF that is also there. So maybe find and understand some papers. You see, it's here. See here and here. more citations. You can click here. Depending on this site count and all, momentum, map connectivity, all these things will come. The publication date wise, you see date wise, 2024, 24, 24, 24. All of them are 24. They're all cited on the same year and published in the same year. It's it's the same year it's published. So that's very fast publication. The most cited papers you can check actually. Site count was what are the highly cited count and all these things you can uh, you can do it, and this is only for one paper. If you search for a number of papers, it will be different actually. It will be quite different for number of papers. So now you see, all of you might be knowing this chart PDF, hopefully not many. Chart PDF is quite an amazing tool, though. I mean to say, let's see. Again, this book I am uploading. I say it should be. It is better if it should be a proper PDF, not like a scanned book kind of thing. But still, it can make sense. So I have uploaded this paper. Okay, what is the paper? Oh, sorry, this is not a good paper. Let me upload something. Maybe something else. Rights-based approach to governing online freelance labor towards decent work in digital labor. Okay, you chat with this. You talk to the page, talk to the GPT. I think this is again a common space, but I like this chart PDF. It does very well. If you are quick, wanted to find, maybe it looks. I use it for making a PPT sometimes for my students, PG students. So that way it's quite useful. You see that what it's always already gives you what is the specific rights concern, some questions which is already find it from the chat. This thing, but I am asking what are the main arguments of the paper. So the main arguments it will give, and the good thing is that sometimes when you're quoting any line or something, you need to give the exact page number, okay, or page number. See, this labor rights and social protection issue, this was discussed in page number 6 also, page number 11 also. So you can go to the exact paper, like scroll to the page number 6 and you check, this is here, and you can get the idea about it. So if it is a 50-page paper, then you can upload it and keep talking to the thing actually. Name the important concepts and theories. So you get to know decent work, invisible work, cross-border digital labor. Something like moonlighting is not there. Social protection. Say you want a quote on invisible work. With the page numbers. Okay. This is how it is. It's page number. Say the invisible work online. This is the quote. It's created from that particular concept. This quote is created, and this will be using in your review of literature. Of course, this looks very. This is unethical in a way, but this is also kind of it speeds up your work, and somehow this reduces the time. Of course, if you want to know more about it, get a grip on the topic, then you have to read the entire paper and study about it. And for example, you want to write about it, invisible work, those gig economy laborers who don't have, uh, say, in the digital media, they don't have labor rights, they don't have pension, they don't have any other health benefits, but they work in different spaces. Their faces are invisible, their work is not rewarded with any other thing, they are just get the money. The number of words they write, a number of say photograph they submit, so they're invisible labor. There's a huge number of digital labor which is exist in the media. So you want to know about this, then you need to start working. Say I go back to, say, in this, so let's talk about it in the lit maps, invisible labor in media. Say search this, is there any paper? If there is a gap, that means there's a research is required in that. And you can find out highly cited areas where you can work. Oh, it's still not working. It's still working. Let's see. It's by the time it works, we'll, or maybe I search. Yeah, there's so many papers which have come up. Say you have to choose. I've given assignment to you. You have to choose a key paper. See, in this, the black one, Car Plus 2015, is the key paper. That's a seed paper. What I say is a seed paper. So I choose this as a seed paper. So explore related articles basing on this. So it will search actually. You can make. You find something else is an interesting paper which you're saying that is a very very perfect paper for your study, then you make that key paper, and according to the key paper, search further and further and further. So it's like an onion peel. So this is a key paper. I made this invisible hidden work in contemporary world 2018 May. Then different scholars can say, well, and if you make this as a key paper, then you can actually give it'll search further, isme. So, but of course you need to log in and do all these things. So this is about the chart PDF. This is about the mapping and corrected papers. And you can also, um, now I'll take you. I hope I understand that I'm going very fast, but keeping the time in mind, I've seen. Let me also, but of course, on the other hand, you see, ideally, what we should do is that what we should do is uh, I don't know whether I will teach this to my students in this way, but you see, wonderful papers written. Is a says this is says work. You see, in this says, it's written first to teach, is that doing a literature review, like a Krishna. Very interesting. How do you do? You're given a very interesting, say, information is generated from critical evaluation of interpretative research. Research is conducted, associated the things is a, say you have anthologies, concept papers, research. How it's very nicely explained how to do review of literature, skills of doing a review of literature, finding and connecting papers. So keep an open-mindedness to accept and accept the arguments of others. Sometimes it may be against your scholarly work, and then you will be talking about it. He has given us that doing a review of literature search and review on your topic. So what are the key theories and concepts and ideas? Okay, that's one part. and what are the epistemological and ontological grounds for the discipline. So you need to see what are the main questions and problems that have been addressed to date. How is knowledge on the topic structured and organized? What are the whole architecture of the paper you need to do physically, I mean to say that, then you will be able to do better. What are the origins and definitions of the topic? What are the political standpoint? What are the major issues and debates about the topic? So this actually gives you an idea of how you can actually do a review of literature. There should be a you should be keeping some objectives of doing a review of literature, then how actually you are proceeding with that. And what is important is that there's this gentleman talks about, they say if there's a concept of originality, then how you deals with that and all these things. So my point is that yes, these are all there, but finally, unless until you read them and do master them, it is very difficult for you to make an understanding in this. Say, now let's come to something else. Something else? Yes, something else. Okay. You're able to see this Jotiro and all? You're able to see chart.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, this C chart. When you buy a chart GPT, about 1950 rupees, you get something very interesting. That's called, you can build your GPT. You understand? You can build your GPT. Say, if I go here, explore GPTs, these are all people like me and you have done. Say, featured by GPT or writing me. There are different people. There are some organizations which have also done AI PDF drive, research and analysis, Scholar GPT. SciSpace is another one which is also does the same thing. SciSpace is a very good. That's also something. I mean, consensus. This is also there. You name it. There are a number of them. I mean to say that they do for the review of literature. But I'm telling you, like this, you can create a GPT for yourself. Why do we need a GPT for ourselves? To make our work more easier. Say GPT, my GPT. Okay, I have already created a GPT. GPT is nothing. You're making a space, a dedicated space for a GPT. So what I'll do, I keep on training this by uploading some videos. What I did, I made, I go to here, say my GPT, and I did that. Plus, I'm going to say that let's make one thing for you. One thing, my GPT, create a GPT and configure. You need to give name, all these things you give. Then your GPT is ready. Once the GPT is ready, I made a digital library is one of the thing. What I am going to do, I'll upload. You can connect your Google Drive में सब PDFs रखो, and you upload it, or you upload from the computer. So let's see. I have made a folder for these, all of them there. Sorry, except Lara Malvi's paper. Say I upload this paper, all of this paper. This is a Chart GPT extended version. What I want to tell you today, to finally, whether you use a consensus, Gen AI, or SciSpace, most of it at the back end, Chart GPT is operational. Then come to the Chat GPT? The point is that most of them they use, but it doesn't do the connection and all these things. So I have 20 papers. I uploaded here. I give a concept something like provide concept the related theories and concepts, concept theories, RIES, theories and concept used in the papers, in the above papers. Okay. So I keep on feeding this with the separate data and all, and it does give me. Of course, this is quite an unethical thing in terms of course, जैसे when you read it and you make it physically, but here it'll give you a list of theories and all, reification, the Marxian ideology, because this library is all about that. So what is
Kindly keep your Audio on mute.
Okay. Okay, I'll stop this here. So, what is dangerous? What is dangerous? Why I said that the life of this thing has become very. See that? Let me see. Write a review of literature. This again with a caution. I'm not promoting anything like this. I'm telling you to make your student understand. Your students, आपको they will give you wonderful written assignments that is quite distressful and distractive just with the destructive technologies, disruptive technology. Write a review of literature. Write a review of literature thematically based on the above papers. You can give 500 words, 1,000 words, it'll create. Or maybe you can write a contextual review. Say, let's say something else. Say, and you say that make it available in PDF, or maybe see it apps. Sorry. Let me give a command again. This is a very giving a prompt is important. Write a contextual review of literature in Indian context thematically based on the above papers using APA 7th edition. TION. So your prompt is your key. It quoted exactly. So that I've uploaded these papers. Basing on the papers, so the Hassan is saying that, and Johnson is saying that, or Bakchi is saying that. You see this, the values from the works. The Hassan extends this by Stevenson, and the concept immature labor by Johnson further explores how. I mean, this is amazing. I mean to say, but still, it's quite disruptive in a way. So it's not copying; it's thinking, understanding these PDFs, and it's writing actually. And if you take the pro version of any of these AI review of literatures, sorry, I did not ask something else. We need the full reference at the end, right? So I'll ask actually. Provide all provide all references in APA 7th edition. APA 7th edition. You'll provide. I'll just take 2 more minutes. Then we'll have questions. End of the document. So prompt is very important. Document. Send. It will provide all the references in API edition. Even you have wrong citations, you put this here. Is it that change the citations into some other thing? It'll change actually. But there is an error, minus some 10% error is there. It'll provide all the references at the end because it's still taking little time because my internet is slightly slower. So I will show you this once it is done. But before that, we can, without wasting time, we can move on to some questions. Actually, it is in interesting times, then and also quite disruptive times also. And how you can you upload a video, it'll analyze the video content, it'll analyze a photograph, but of course it doesn't do the way we want it. But you can train this and you can make it happen. That is one important thing. Yeah, here it is. I gave the command for the providing all the things in APA style. It's here. Yeah, it's here. You see all the citations which are matching with the in-text citations, and there is still working. It's still giving whatever the chapters which I've uploaded. Now you see, you want this, and it's saying that I have added all these things. Very good. But see, if I want this, you see, adjust the length. I want keep the current length. I want to increase it further. Maybe I want to make it longest it's possible. It still rework, and it will rework again. It will rework from the beginning. And if I click this longest, that's all. It's working again, and it will make it even longer. So what is left to do and assess in the sometimes I'm really surprised to see some dissertations theses which are flawless, and it's difficult to put my pen, and it's amazing, I mean to say that. So only one positive thing I see, that the long-ways colonialism is slightly could able to battle with this thing. And it is, see, Indian scholars are very poor. They're not able to afford this, but many other institutions and all, they pay money for the scholars who publish. Even in India also, private universities, some of them, they are paying. If you publish a paper in a Scopus and all, they'll give the APC fee. And uh, so then APC2, APC fee and all is there. And all these journals, the great journals, this all, see, sometimes there are 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs APC fee is there. And the foreign universities, they pay also. And all of them have offers editing opportunities. They can edit in the journal style. So per paper, they charge 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. It's a huge amount of money. So those who can afford, then they have been publishing the papers. That is there. So dil chota karne ki zarurat nahi hai. So now these are all there. So I think we're open to questions. I'm so sorry, but I will share all the resources with Rajshekhar, and he will in turn share it with you. But now I'm going to do an experiment with putting all the digital newspapers and make a GPT and try to understand the content analysis. It does. I mean, it is going to do. But that's my next exercise to do. I keep working on it, and quite interesting to work on it, but quite there's nothing left the way we imagine the PhDs or research writing is different actually. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for enlightening on various AI tools used for systematic review of literature. I'm sure our participants got a good glimpse of all the tools which can be used for their quality and also a quick research work. Your insights have given us a lot to think about and also to experiment about. Now we are open the floor for question and answer. If you have any questions, please post it in the chat box, or you can also raise your hand to ask questions. So already there are some questions which are posted in the chat box.
Okay, I'll just see. Madhavi ji, can you ask the question, please?
See, thank you, Professor, for the excellent presentation, actually. And my question is, to what extent does AI-generated literature review affect the development of researchers' critical thinking and analytical skills? Because most of it we are depending on the AI. So when we talk about the research, it is about the critical thinking and analytical skills, which we develop over the years. But now when we depend completely on the AI tools, what will happen to that?
You will be, I mean, it's very difficult actually. The critical thinking and analytical skills won't be there, because only to the extent of giving an appropriate prompt. See, the one who can give an appropriate prompt, they will get a better content. Those who can't give, they will not get better content. But now it's very difficult that if you don't read it, or if you don't read and make sense of it, then what happens? The critical thinking will die actually. You will not think, you don't know what you have written, or maybe what you have generated in a way. So that is a biggest danger. And soon I'm sure universities are going to have an AI policy, and that is also the recent case of OP Jindal. Have you read in the newspapers in the OP Jindal case? And it's very hard to prove whether it is from the AI and other things. So I was interviewed by many journalists in India, in Delhi. So I was saying it's difficult to prove. When you check in plagiarism check also, it says is giving 60% turn it in 50% AI generated, and still giving a disclaimer that it is not going to testify that actually it is just an hypothetical. So so but the critical thinking is going to be very low with the AI, definitely. But the papers will be great. So
Thank you, Professor.
we have yeah, it's a good- yeah,
Sir, I'm Sudhanshu.
yes, बताइए.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. You have given a very good presentation. But when I use chat PDF and also that another AI. But sometimes I found out that that argument of the articles is varying from in the AI. The arguments are varying. So
You
how
have
can
to
I properly
that
utilize?
only give you, I mean to say that it is something like you're not manufacturing, you are only getting the key parts of the argument, you need to assemble it properly. So now your job has been reduced a great extent, but you have to go through and read about it. For example, chat ptf, I found an exact quote, because you should know that in your research paper what are the concept you're looking at, and on that any quote is there which I can quote or something like that. So you need to know your needs, then only, because the human should know what is to be extracted from there. Even when you read a newspaper, read an entire 20 pages book chapter, you will know that which line you should take, and what is the sense that you need to paraphrase and give the citation, that you know. In the same way, in chart pdf also, the way you ask, it will give you the way. So it will not make up, but certain review of literature, they are there, they will write actually in their own way. So that you should not, that is quite unethical. So I mean to say that if you ask them to write, it will write also. All these AI tools, paperpal and all these things, they all write for you. But the point is that if you start writing, then it will not give what the way you want, the flavor you want. And then you will use something जो ज्यादा पैसे वाले तो humanize वाला लेंगे, तो humanize करेंगे. So that is a different ball game altogether. But the real academician, in terms of you will be doing humanly, that you should be aware of your own topic, and good grounding on the topic is very important. Then you can make use of better way.
So you mean to say that after in following AI, and we also have to go through with the article whether it is giving the exact argument or not.
Of course, you have to say, I don't need the citation which I said that on the informal labor. I don't want to quote that big citation. There is a limitation on citation. There is a limitation on quotes. I cannot use more than 10 to 15% depending on the organization. I cannot put too many citations, so many quotes. So I will read it. I'll make it even smaller citation. Jitna bhi I want to quote, in putting in quotes, I will use as minimum as possible. So I may not take it what exactly it has given, but I get a sense of it, where it is taken, in what context. Whereas if you take it and use it, in which context the author is used those lines, uske aage and uske niche, you need to read about it, so that you will get to know the context of the usage.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Ravinderji has created a application as a study guide for our data journalism students. anything related to data journalism in theory and practice. So I think there are different tools available. I think data journalism, of course, I'm not sure, but it is doing the very interesting work about the data analysis also. I mean to
Sir,
say,
if I may, sir.
sir,
So
sir,
this is a custom GPT that you are talking about. I created this custom GPT.
right, sir,
So I just wanted to show it to you and other participants.
right, great, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can see that. Data journalism guide. So does it also gives the Google Earth maps? I was taking a lecture recently. The Google
Uh,
Earth maps is a very
it can be
interesting
upgraded into
tool.
that as well.
Right. Excellent. So best tool for the journals fast and citation tool among one of the best. This is the Jotiro is one. You do it. See, writing a thesis or a research paper is like sketching. आप it evolves. उसको evolve होने दीजिए. Don't do cesarean. You do systematically, bit by bit. Systematically, you have to do it. See, when I go to the Jotiro, each citation which I'm using, all the softwares doesn't do fully. Sometimes Krishna Shankar Kusuma, this is a KS Kusuma, it will maybe Kusuma.k.Shankar. So the citation may be wrong. So I have to correct it. You have to go through very clearly each payment, how others are quoting McLuhan, how your citation machine has brought in. If there is a online a web page you are quoting, then how to quote? What are the sometimes it will not fetch certain citations which are written in that details. Then you have to do that. You have to do on manually and correct it. So uh, you do it manually at least 20 to 30%. It's better. All these good journals, those who have DOI numbers and all, they do it perfectly. If you type, then all the details will come in that. But other things it will not come. You have to create. So Jotiro is one you can do, or even other things also. Any of these, and actually, let me speak to you. Most of them at the back end they are using ChatGPT. And what you do in ChatGPT is very less. You have to use, the power of ChatGPT. Nowadays, is it you can do, but the point is that you need to use multiple applications on ChatGPT so that it will give you the data visualization and all these things. So Mazumdar ji, can you ask the question, please?
Yes, sir. This is pertaining to one of the bullet points in one of your slides, sir. You had mentioned how much AI is too much AI. Sir, can you just talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, how much AI is it? See now, inside talk about IAMCR abstracts when we are reviewing, we've got an instruction is that if how much AI is used for this? Is it a grammar purpose? Is it language correction? That's fine. Or sometimes you want to see that what are the major points that you can talk about, major key variables that can talk about in particular topic by giving, you wrote an abstract and you're searching and it is giving certain pointers. But till that is fine. But the last stint I've shown you, I uploaded few the bunch of PDFs, and I started writing the apps, writing them the review of literature. So for my supervisor, maybe if I ask, I can give you some 20,000 by tomorrow. So that is dangerous. That is unethical. And of course, we always ask questions. Okay, why did you use this scholar? What is the scholar's main theme and all these things? So you need to use at the moment, like I said, that language colonialism ko thoda sa we could able to cross that barrier. That is one way of it. But unfortunately, all the papers look similar. At the some point of time, all the paper will look very very similar. And what is that paper? Art in the age of mechanical reproduction. So this is academics in the age of mechanical AI reproductions. it will be like a factory mode. There's a factory mode. That's why again there are something like humanized things also have come. So that is also there. So uh, it's maybe, I don't know. This time I said, don't write 10,000 words MA thesis. You write even 5,000 words, but write very systematically or very briefly, crisply. That's what I told my students. So this is a very difficult situation. Writing, taking ideas is okay, but not contextualizing and simply taking AI to craft the entire paper is a problem. All the AIs will tell that they do it. So, and they are doing it also. So that is a problem actually. If it is not, that's a competition. That's a competition. It disrupt actually. The paper production will be like huge.
So to add to that, I'm sorry if I'm taking too much time. So I just wanted to also understand, uh, universities abroad, they have already started putting, like they have accepted the fact that students will use AI. So they have already started putting these caveats on the students saying that fine, you use AI, but the AI use can only be 25% of your writing. So is there something, I know some Indian universities also on an individual level, they are doing some universities putting caveats on students to not use AI to a certain extent. But is there going to be, this is off topic completely, sir, but do you think there is going to be something from the UGC that says,
It's going to be the moment Modi ji comes back, and EU policy is going to be slightly reworked and remodeled, and UGC is going to give in this year only. So that's going to happen. That's going to happen very soon. And but it's difficult to, like I said, that you please go and read the newspaper's article. What happened to the case of that's the first case filed after the AI allegations on the last student of OP Jindal. So we're going to get more cases like that, and the guidelines are also is going to be there. So
Sir, there is also one more question in chat box.
right, what is it?
The question is, have you come across any AI tools or website that can gather literature in local languages, example Hindi or Kannada or any other regional languages?
You can search. It is coming out. I mean to say that for that you have to give. I mean to say that, say, it does nowadays. It is happening. But only thing, the problem is that it has to be online. If it is not online, uh, if it is not online, it will not come. If it is in, it is writing. You see, I will show you. While talking to you, I have did something to test. Is it? Telugu. Provide Telugu literature and Telugu cinema. It's coming. It's writing in Telugu. It's perfect. It's perfectly perfect. Sri Sri, Veturi, all people are here. Cinema Rachana, all the latest papers are, latest books are there. 80, 91 to Telugu cinema, and it does. It does. If it is available, it will be there. So it's writing in Hindi, Kannada, anything. That's not language is not a barrier now. Maybe there are errors. It does amazing job. I mean to say, it's now translation, transcription. Is the media content production is amazingly refined in a way.
Sudhanshu sir has raised his
Yeah,
hand.
please,
Can you please ask your question, sir?
is
Sudhanshu sir?
Yes, sir. No, I actually mistakenly I put my finger on that, but it's a very good idea I got from Kusuma sir, that how we can utilize AI for our thesis writing, and also how we can do it for citation. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I was listening, but still, if you could able to make some sense, I'm very happy, because keeping the time, I was a bit rushing, and thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, I would like to request you to give us one assignment
Yeah.
for our participants.
Yeah, I think now let me share this here itself. Use any of the AI tool and try to provide. Uh, first, you need to have a seed article. Okay, seed article. Try to find a seed article. Now, what I'm going to do, just copy and paste here. All the AI tools are here. I hope. I'll just check. I will send it to our friend. What you need to do is just select a seed article, okay, in your domain, whichever you are working, and that seed article take one or two keywords, or maybe at least five keywords you take, and basing on that, create a map of the review of literature using that, and see list the important top five scholars and top the important concepts that are dealt in that area, that you can do it, I mean, by using this. And connected papers, you take a picture of connected papers and you can give us, you understand, I mean to say that take the paper and try to map the literature by using any this site Gukyo is a very very good thing. I don't know why it's not opening. And even this science paper is also good. Site science, you can use any of them actually. I will share those things to you that you can make it. Copy, let me see if I can paste it here for you, all the tools. I could able to share only, it's not coming fully, so maybe I'll share more.
Sir,
So it will
you
be
can
helpful if you can share this in the mail.
I will do it with organizers and maybe they will
Yes, thanks.
yes, well, we will pass it to you, you all.
Right. Size space. There are better things also there. I mean, you can search if you find something new. You can always bring it. Sorry, I'm just showing you one thing. Then I will go. See size space. Size space. This is a typeset typo. Use this. This is also quite advanced. It has a chart PDF and all these things. Search anything. I mean, children and media. You find it and you'll find this is quite advanced actually. Even research rabbit is also quite advanced but complicated. You don't need that much actually. See, this one is like works like elicit, but it has more insights. It's more powerful. Size space is more powerful in a way. This is slightly inside, so I was not using. You can do a lot of things with this actually. So there's a notebook and you can even save some of these export. You see, export CVS file, you just copy the CSV file and it will actually create the all the citations required for you. I think that's all for today.
Yeah.
Can you please repeat the assignment once?
Yeah, you can what you can do, let me type it here. Identify the seed article, okay, seed article with five keywords. Keywords, use any one of the AI tool for review of literature, and create mapping of create the mapping literature with papers. I'm just typing, so I will send it to you. Papers and also list okay, this is here. maybe I can make it correct better way by using a chat GPT.
Thank you, sir.
So okay, I think that's all. Is there anything I can do?